Welcome to an exciting video today. Australian 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. Specifically focusing on the 1976 and 1969 issues. The Australian 50-cent coin has played an important role in the country's numismatic and economic history. First introduced in 1966 as part of Australia's transition from the imperial currency system to decimal currency. It replaced the pre-decimal 5-shilling coin. The 50-cent coin is notable for its unusual dodecagonal 12-sided shape, silver-colored composition, and consistent portrayal of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. While initially minted in round silver format in 1966, the coin underwent a redesign. In 1969, this script focuses particularly on the coins issued in 1969 and 1976, including their origins, geography, circulation details, and collector significance. Let's get started. First step, 1976, Australian 50-cent coin. Featuring Queen Elizabeth II, the Australian 50-cent coin. Featuring Queen Elizabeth II is a vital part of Australia's numismatic and economic history. The 1976 issue holds particular significance in the context of Australia's evolving decimal currency system. This coin reflects not only the era's design ethos, but also Australia's continued allegiance to the British monarchy and its steps toward numismatic self-expression. Australia adopted decimal currency on the 14th of February 1966, replacing the pounds, shillings, and pence system. This transition marked the beginning of modern Australian coinage, with coins denominated in cents and dollars. The original 50-cent coin, issued in 1966, was made of 80% silver, which quickly led to its withdrawal due to rising silver prices in 1969. A new 50-cent coin was introduced, now with a 12-sided dodecagonal shape and copper-nickel composition. It's continued through 1976. The 1970s were a transformative time for Australia. While still a member of the Commonwealth, with Queen Elizabeth II as its head of state, the country was increasingly asserting its independent identity. Coins issued during this period, including the 1976 50-cent piece, reflect this duality in oring. The monarchy, while promoting national symbols like the coat of arms, designer Arnold Machin portrait, the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right. This iconic portrait was first used in 1966 and remained on Australian coinage until 1984. Elizabeth II, Australia, 1976 designer Stuart Devlin, renowned Australian goldsmith and silversmith design. The Australian coat of arms, featuring a kangaroo and an emu supporting a shield. The shield contains symbols representing Australia's 6 states. It's the top. The 7-pointed Commonwealth star feature D, tails denomination 50. Cent year, 1976, material copper nickel, 75% Cu. Bifinted archewell, ni chapiteau, decagonal, shiar, sided, diameter 31.65, thickness 2.55 weight, 15.55 grams. Sedgeplay mint, Canberra mintage, 1976, approximately 43.9 million. Coins. The high mintage means the coin is relatively common in circulation. These coins were widely circulated and remain legal tender. Most coins in circulation show moderate to heavy wear. Typical features in circulated condition, light to heavy scratching wear on high points, particularly the Queen's crown and facial features. Loss of fine detail on the coat of arms, possible tarnish or discoloration in circulated condition, typically 50 cents to $1.50 AUD, depending on wear and collector demand. Coins that were never released into general circulation and retain their full mint luster. These coins are typically stored in protective packaging and show no wear or handling marks. Brilliant surface, free of scratches, sharp strike, with full detail, no toning or tarnish, and less, naturally occurring from store graded using the Sheldon scale. Uncirculated coins often fall between MS 62, MS 67 plus, No proof versions of the 1976 50-cent coin were officially issued to the public. However, some specimen or collector sets may exist in very limited numbers. Uncirculated condition. $5 to $15 or at higher grade. Examples: MS66 or better, $20 to $50 a UD, or more minted at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, the capital of Australia. The RAM was established in 1965 to produce Australia's decimal coins independently of the Royal Mint in London. This coin reflects Australia's transitional identity, both British colonial heritage and a burgeoning sense of nationalism. The coat of arms is a celebration of unity among Australia's states, making the coin both a monetary instrument and a symbol of national pride, though not rare. The 1976 50-cent coin remains popular among collectors of decimal coinage. Queen Elizabeth II portrait, serious Australian heritage designs. Collectors often seek coins from each year to complete typesets of Australian 50-cent pieces. The 1976 Australian 50-cent coin, bearing the image of Queen Elizabeth II and Australia's coat of arms, is more than just a medium of exchange. It's a token of Australia's evolving identity in the post-colonial world, a period marked by both reverence for tradition and a growing sense of national autonomy. Whether found in pocket change or preserved in a coin album, this 12-sided icon continues to be a staple of Australian numismatics. If you'd like, I can help identify or value a specific coin if you upload a photo. Let me know if you want this turned into a printable format, PDF or Word, or if you're building a collector's guide.
Last step: 1969 Australian 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. After Australia adopted decimal currency on the 14th of February 1966, the 50-cent coin replaced the older 10-shilling note. However, the original 1966 50-cent coin, struck in 80% silver, was quickly withdrawn due to its bullion value exceeding its face value. It was not minted again until 1969, this time with a new design and composition, initiating a new era of Australian coinage. The 1969 coin represents one of the first non-silver issues of the 50-cent coin, resuming mintage after a 3-year hiatus. Country: Australia. Issuing authority: Royal Australian Mint. Monarch depicted: Queen Elizabeth I. Cultural relevance: as a British Commonwealth nation, Australia prominently features the reigning monarch on coinage. Queen Elizabeth II, as head of state, was represented on all Australian coin denominations during her reign. Specification diaries of issue 1969, denomination 50 cents, metal composition copper nickel, Cu 75%, Ni 25%, weight 15.55 grams, diameter 31.65. Mushapito decanal 12-sided edge plain Mintroy Australian Mint. Canberra portrait. Queen Elizabeth II facing right, designer Arnold Nash. Inscription: Elizabeth to Australia 1969. This portrait was standard from 1966 until 1984. Design: Australian coat of arms. Designer Stuart Devlin. Features: kangaroo and emu, symbolizing progress. Shield containing symbols of the 6 Australian states. Royal crown on top of the shield. Mintage year: quantity minted 196914. These coins were made for general circulation. It was the second year the new copper nickel 50-cent coin was minted after the 1966 silver issue. Value typically ranges from $1 Australian and 50 cents to $3 Australian depending on where. Common in circulated condition. Found in pocket change and collected lots in circulated value between $10 Australian to $20 Australian. Higher grades: MS65 and above can fetch up to $40 Australian plus. Collector seek coins with sharp detail, no where strong with sterno damage or cleaning marks. No official proof versions were released for public purchase in 1969. However, some coins may have been specially struck or preserved. There are no widely recognized major varieties or mini errors for the 1969 50-cent coin. However, individual coins with striking anomalies, e.g., die cracks, offset or strikes, can attract premium prices among error collectors. The first year of large-scale copper nickel 50-cent production, the 1969 coin marks a shift from silver The base metal in Australian coinage. It is a foundational piece for modern decimal coin collectors. Its distinctive dodecagonal shape is unique and makes the coin easily identifiable, even by touch. Look for coins with minimal surface contact marks, strong luster, and sharp relief on the Queen's portrait and coat of arms. Store uncirculated coins in acid-free holders or capsules. Be cautious of polished or clean coins, as these often lose numismatic value. The 1969 Australian 50-cent coin is a historically significant piece, ushering in a new era of non-silver coinage after the 1966 silver debacle. It features iconic Australian imagery, honors Queen Elizabeth II, and holds enduring appeal among collectors. While common in circulation, pristine uncirculated examples are becoming increasingly sought after as collectors aim to complete early decimal sets. Would you like a printable collector's sheet or visual grading guide for this coin?